stiff east to west wind up here.
169
and Ken is heading down in your direction.
The balloon usually travels anywhere from 800 to about 1,200 foot per minute. We can control that. That's the ascent rate by putting in either more or less helium. If we put in more helium, it goes up faster, but not as high, because once it reaches about 50 foot in diameter, the balloon will burst.
During the ascent, decreasing atmospheric pressure causes the balloon to expand to many times its original size. Temperatures fall below minus 30 degrees in some regions of the atmosphere. Wind speeds greater than 100 miles per hour may be encountered as the balloon passes through the jet stream. Typically, it will take about an hour and a half for the balloon to reach 90,000 feet. Even at this altitude, the balloon remains visible to the naked eye. The chase teams quickly pull over and try to spot the balloon in hopes of observing the burst. Directly after burst, the atmosphere is so thin the parachute will not be very effective. The packages fall, reaching velocities of over 100 miles per hour until 40,000 feet.
And we call it post-burst chaos, PBC. And most of our failures occur right there. And so we have to be structurally, sound, and electrically, sound as well. And then it takes about 45 minutes for the balloon, for the payloads to parachute down.
Yes, sir. Went out to 300.
In each chase vehicle, a special piece of equipment called a ham radio receiver is able to detect when the recovery beacons on board the balloon transmit a GPS coordinate.
We have tracking beacons, and this is one of the tracking beacons that the students here at Embry-Riddle built, and it's essentially a GPS receiver, this little board here, and it goes over to a modem and then to a transmitter, and that sends down the GPS information. And so we have displays in our vehicles that will then take that GPS information, put it on like a map, including Google, Earth, and we can actually see where the balloon is.
Chase teams try to be within a few miles of the landing point prior to touchdown.
Yeah, trying to find the balloon with some binoculars, over.
After the balloon has burst, the team has only 45 minutes before the payloads will be on the ground. The flight path is examined and drivers use road maps to help figure out the best route to the anticipated landing site.
Now this shows the road going back. You can see here, here's where we're at.
Yep.
Here's 300, here's where our balloon is. This shows a bigger road back here.
When the balloon has descended to an altitude of 1,000 feet, the recovery beacons transmit one last GPS coordinate before dropping out of range.
We've been within probably 50 feet of it landing a couple of times. One of our students, Elijah Brown, and I, we were out and he was driving and I told him, back up, back up, back up. And the balloon missed landing in the back of the pickup truck by about 25 feet. That was fun.
Just landed.
Out that way.
I copy you. I'm heading out.
Okay, we're 1 mile away from it.
Once the chase team is within a mile of the payloads, they are close enough the recovery beacons can transmit an exact GPS coordinate of the landing site. This coordinate is usually entered in a handheld GPS, allowing the team to walk right to the landing site. The students set off on foot to recover the payloads. Professors are not far behind. Students conduct a visual inspection of the landing site and their payloads.
Johnny, where's our key?
Right here. I said we were taking the Soviet.
I hope our chip's still in there.
Payloads are typically recovered.
We've recovered probably 98% of our payloads.
However, this is not always the case.
The GoPro camera's gone.
We'll see about that, Jacob. No.
I think at first it probably just broke off and landed.
Oh, the camera is gone?
Oh yeah.
It's gone.
We had it on a string.
The string had nothing on the end of it.
Students cut their payloads free of the tow string and collect the data gathered during the flight.
Look at your box! Look at your box! Look at the gas! This is torn apart! They provided what they were supposed to upon launch.
The morning concludes with pictures, handshakes, and congratulations. The flight is complete when each team has recovered their payload and collected their data. Although the flight is over, for some students, it is just beginning.
For many, flying the balloon is not the end to itself. As I said, the students at the collegiate level are allowed to build the design and build their own payloads. And so they'll spend a full semester doing that, and maybe 2 semesters where they'll add on the second semester more complexity to their experiments that they're flying. Generally, we have pre-flight reviews, we'll have the flight, and then they will digest their information, and then we do the second semester, and at the end of the second semester flight, we will have a symposium. The symposium alternates between ASU and U of A, and there's where the students get up and talk about their results. And so there's some public speaking, and they talk about their design and then what their results were, and sometimes what they would do better next time.
These students are tomorrow's engineers and space scientists. Because of Arizona Near Space Research, these students were able to design a satellite prototype and send it to the edge of space. Anyone can become involved in high-altitude ballooning.
We're not the only group in the country. There's a number of groups now that are almost in every state. So if you'd like to get involved with that, Google Space Grant in your state and contact those people. They probably have a balloon program within almost every state now.
We hope that you have enjoyed this program on high-altitude balloons. Please visit our website at www.answer.org for more information.